Taijutsu is a Japanese martial art. Its name means body art or body skill. This tells you everything you need to know about its focus. It is not about using brute strength or overpowering your opponent. Instead, Taijutsu is about using your entire body in a smart and efficient way. It teaches you how to move naturally and use an opponent's force against them. This makes it a very deep and interesting art to study. For centuries, warriors have used these skills to survive in difficult situations. It is a complete system for self-defense, teaching you how to handle yourself whether you are armed or unarmed, making it a very practical and holistic martial art. The story of Taijutsu begins a long time ago in Japan. It started during the Sengoku Period, which was a time of many wars. From the 15th to the 17th century, samurai warriors were constantly fighting on the battlefield. They needed skills to survive when they lost their primary weapons like their sword or spear. This is where Taijutsu became so important. It was not a sport or a hobby. It was a necessary skill for survival. Samurai had to fight in heavy armor, so their movements needed to be powerful and effective without wasting energy. They learned how to throw, grapple and strike in ways that could defeat an armored opponent, which required great precision and knowledge of the human body's weak points. Taijutsu did not develop in a vacuum. It grew alongside other famous Japanese martial arts. It is closely connected to both Jujutsu and ninjutsu. Jujutsu, which means gentle art, gave Taijutsu many of its core techniques. These include joint locks, chokes and throws that use an opponent's momentum. Ninjutsu, the art of the ninja, also added its own unique flavor. Ninja needed skills for espionage and survival, so their version of Taijutsu included stealth, surprise attacks, and using the environment to their advantage. This combination made Taijutsu a very versatile and comprehensive fighting system, adaptable to almost any situation a warrior could face. These ancient arts formed a rich tapestry of techniques. The samurai's Taijutsu focused on close-quarters combat against armored foes, emphasizing powerful throws and disabling locks. The ninja's version, sometimes called Ninpo Taijutsu, was more about evasion, creating distance and striking vital points quickly and quietly. It was designed for escaping or for silent assassination. All these different historical streams flowed together over many centuries. They created the foundation for the Taijutsu that is practiced today. The lessons learned on the battlefields of feudal Japan are still present in every movement and technique, a direct link to the warriors of the past. The world of Japan changed dramatically during the Meiji Restoration in 1868. This was a period of great modernization. The samurai class was officially abolished, and they were no longer allowed to carry their swords in public. This meant that the traditional ways of the warrior, including many martial arts, began to fade away. The focus shifted from practical battlefield skills to more modern forms of self-defense and personal development. Many classical martial arts schools, known as koryū, struggled to survive during this time of immense social and political change. The demand for battlefield combat systems simply disappeared as Japan entered a new era. During this transition, new martial arts started to emerge. These modern arts, or Gendai Budō, were often adapted from the older classical systems. For example, Jigoro Kano took elements from various schools of Jujutsu to create Judo. Judo focused more on the sporting and educational aspects of grappling. Similarly, Morihei Ueshiba developed Aikido from his studies of Daito-ryu Aiki Jujutsu. Aikido emphasizes harmony and redirecting an opponent's energy. These new arts became very popular and spread across Japan and then the world. They offered a way to practice martial values without the harsh reality of feudal warfare, making them accessible to the general public. While arts like Judo and Aikido flourished, many of the older Taijutsu traditions were at risk of being lost forever. They were kept alive by a few dedicated masters who passed their knowledge down through generations in secret. These masters preserved the ancient techniques and philosophies of their schools, or ryūha. They saw the value in these comprehensive combat systems, which included not just empty hand techniques but also the use of various traditional weapons. It was a difficult time for these classical arts, as they were seen as old-fashioned compared to the new, sport-oriented martial arts that were gaining widespread acceptance and government support. It was not until the 20th century that Taijutsu saw a major revival. This was largely thanks to one-man Dr. Masaki Hatsumi. He became the Grandmaster, or Soke, of 9 traditional Japanese martial schools. Many of these schools contained ancient forms of Taijutsu. Hatsumi decided to combine the teachings of these 9 schools into a single, cohesive system. He called this system Bujinkan Budō Taijutsu. His goal was to share these valuable and effective martial arts with the rest of the world. He wanted to ensure that these powerful traditions would not only survive, but also thrive in the modern age for future generations to learn from. One of the most important features of Taijutsu is its emphasis on natural body movement. In many martial arts, you learn to stand in very specific, rigid stances. Taijutsu is different. It teaches you to move in a relaxed and fluid way, just like you would in everyday life. The idea is that your power should not come from stiff muscles, but from using your whole body together. This means using your body weight and momentum to generate force. This approach makes the techniques feel effortless and smooth. It allows a smaller person to effectively defend against a larger, stronger attacker by using physics and timing instead of just muscle. Balance, or the ability to control it, is another key concept in Taijutsu. This is not just about keeping your own balance, it is also about learning how to break your opponent's balance. This is called kuzushi. By subtly shifting their weight or pushing them off center, you make them weak and vulnerable. Once their balance is broken, it becomes much easier to apply a throw or a lock. Practitioners spend countless hours practicing drills to improve their own stability while learning to feel and manipulate the balance of others. This deep understanding of balance is fundamental to making Taijutsu techniques work effectively in a real situation. Timing and distance are also critical elements. In Taijutsu, you learn to control the space between you and your opponent. This is called mai. By managing this distance, you can stay safe from their attacks while keeping them within your own range. Timing is about choosing the perfect moment to act. It's not about blocking and then countering. It's about moving at the exact right instant so that the opponent's attack fails and you are already in position for your own technique. This skill requires a lot of practice and a calm mind, allowing you to react instinctively and appropriately to any threat that comes your way. The techniques of Taijutsu are diverse and practical. They include strikes, kicks, throws, joint locks, and chokes. But it doesn't stop with empty hand skills. A unique aspect of Taijutsu is its seamless integration of weapons. Practitioners learn to use traditional weapons like the sword, staff, and knife. The principles of movement remain the same whether you are armed or unarmed. This means that the body mechanics you learn for an empty hand throw are the same ones you would use with a staff. This holistic approach makes Taijutsu a truly complete combat system, preparing you for a wide variety of self-defense scenarios. Today, Taijutsu is practiced by people all over the globe. Thanks to the efforts of Masaki Hatsumi and the Bujinkan organization, dojos can be found in many countries. Students from all walks of life come to learn this ancient art. They are drawn to its practical self-defense applications, its deep history, and its focus on natural, efficient movement. Many law enforcement officers and military personnel also study Taijutsu because its principles are so effective in real-world confrontations. The global community is connected through seminars and training camps where practitioners can learn directly from high-ranking instructors and even from Hatsumi Soke himself. The influence of Taijutsu has also reached deep into popular culture. You can see its movements and ideas in many movies, television shows, and video games. Most famously, the incredibly popular anime and manga series Naruto features ninja characters who use a fighting style they call Taijutsu. While it is a fictionalized and exaggerated version, it introduced the name and the core idea of body-based martial arts to millions of fans worldwide. This has sparked curiosity and led many young people to look into the real martial art. When you see a movie hero fluidly disarming opponents or using their environment to their advantage, you're often seeing the influence of Taijutsu's principles. The legacy of Taijutsu is that of a living, breathing tradition. It is not a historical artifact locked away in a museum. It is a dynamic art that continues to evolve while staying true to its ancient roots. It provides a direct connection to the samurai and ninja warriors of Japan's past. Practicing Taijutsu is like studying a piece of living history. It teaches more than just fighting techniques. It also teaches discipline, awareness, and a way of moving through the world with confidence and grace. Its lessons are timeless, focusing on principles that work regardless of size, strength, or the era you live in. In conclusion, Taijutsu has traveled a long and incredible journey. It began as a brutal but necessary set of battlefield skills for samurai and ninja. It survived near extinction during Japan's modernization, only to be revived and shared with the world in the 20th century. Today it stands as a respected and effective martial art, celebrated for its focus on natural movement, timing, and adaptability. Its influence is felt not only in dojos around the world, but also in the stories we watch and play. The art of the body continues to be a powerful and relevant path for self-defense and self-development.